And how are we doing?
Good. You?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Going back to the bike. Now, you've been really lucky, haven't you? The last time I went over handlebars, I mean, I was 8, not 23, like you, but I broke my arm. You've been really lucky. You could have suffered serious damage, potentially.
Yeah, I could have, actually, with the speed I was going. And I was actually going down a hill, so I could have ended up anywhere. Funnily enough, I was on a golf course and managed to land on the only bit of gravel there was. So I was surrounded by grass and ended up landing on the gravel. So really lucky in some instances and unlucky in some others.
And on the football as well, just talk us inside your frustration, because guys at home, certain parts of the media have been screaming for you to come on. Were you screaming inside to get on? It took you the best part of 3 games to get there.
I'll always be like that. That's just the way I am. That's my mindset. I think frustration is probably the wrong word. It's more of a want. It's a want to play and want to perform on a bigger stage. And that just comes from my self-belief. I feel like I can impact any game in a positive way. So a lot of people have used frustration the past week or so about my minutes, but I think that's the wrong word.
Thanks, Craig. Andy Dunn.
Hi, Anthony. Just on that, you mentioned that self-belief there, and clearly it's a good thing. You're not short of self-belief. But has there been any stage in your career when you have doubted yourself? I mean, maybe early on when it didn't go off greatly at Newcastle. Has there been any time when you've doubted yourself that you're going to get to this sort of level?
Yeah, similar to what I said before, everyone doubts themselves. Everyone doubts themselves, before every training session, before every game. But it's noticing when you're doubting yourself and realising that, you're having a war in your head and it's not really real. You're good enough to do anything. There's been plenty of times during my career. I went on loan in Preston and didn't play a minute really. There's plenty of times at Everton I couldn't break through. Obviously, my start at Newcastle wasn't great, but that's the key part of any good athlete really, is that you're resilient and you can come back from things like that.
Okay, Dave.
Hi, Anthony. It feels like everyone's just waiting for this team to click, especially in an attacking sense. In your opinion, what needs to sort of spark that click, and how have you guys sort of worked? What have you discussed with that in mind?
It's difficult to say one thing really. I think a team just has to come together. It has to perform when the pressure's high, and now we're into the knockout stages, so there's no more next game we have to get, but now we really have to step it up and be the team we can be, and that's on us. We're the ones on the pitch, we're the ones who can make an impact and change things. So I think that as players you just got to take responsibility and accountability.
Do you feel that sort of do or die pressure can actually be harnessed in quite a good way?
Yeah, but that's good. That's what football's about. That's why you want to be in these games, because the pressure is the highest, and if you win these games, that's where that feeling is that we chase every day. So I think that's a positive.
Okay, Paul and then Charlie.
Anthony, Ezri Konsa said yesterday that if you score, you might do a bike ride celebration. Is that something that you've... Is that true? Has he been egging you on to do that?
No, he just sprung that on me. I'll put them stabilisers next to the pitch, maybe. You can take credit for the celebration. I'll do it though. I will do it. Definitely.
A celebration if you score. Yeah.
You got me word.
Yeah. And just on the sort of level of competition that's in the forward places, do you all sort of help each other out? How does that sort of competition work, that it doesn't tip over into anything sort of, I want him to fail because I could play? Can you talk a bit about the balance that maybe goes on there?
Well, the reality is we play a team sport, so I think if you think like that, you're not going to get too far. It's a team sport and everyone has a role within that. I have a different role at my club than I do here. Obviously, I played every game this year for Newcastle, but it's about knowing your role and trying to be the best you can possibly be in that role. So every day in training, I'm trying to be the very best I can be to, 1, give the manager a headache, and 2, push the lads in my positions. And that's making me better, whilst also making them better, because they've got to keep performing to stay in the team.
Charlie?
There's obviously been a huge debate at home over who could come in and who should come in, and you're obviously featuring quite highly on that. Does it feel a bit surreal that back home there's this big debate, get him playing, get him starting, when you think maybe 3 years ago at the last Euros, you obviously were much younger, but all of a sudden, a lot of people in the country on the phone-ins, on TV and radio, just talking about you. How does that feel?
Yeah, good. That's what I want. I think 6 months ago would have been crazy because I think the opinion of me compared to now is very different. But I've worked hard to be in this position, and that's what I want. I want people to be calling for me because, like I said before, that's all I'm doing in training. I'm giving me very best to cause headaches for selection, and that's all I can do. The rest is out of my control.
Finish with Malik.
Hi, can I just ask about Luke Shaw, who we've not seen any yet? How's he looking in training? Have you kind of come up directly against him and that kind of thing?
He's progressing really well, actually, especially in the past week or so. I think he's been involved in every session. He's a good lad. He's very professional, and there was never any doubt that he'd be fit at some point. It was just about making sure he was right. And I was injured at the start with him, so I've seen his rehab, and he'd done it all to a very high standard, and now I've seen the results of that.
Okay, guys, we'll end it there. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.